Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Moi and I'm a graduate student living in the United States. I make videos about my life and experience here and also moving abroad tips for people who are also about to embark on the same journey. So if that's something you'd love to see more of, do stick around and subscribe to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing tips about what to pack and what not to pack when moving to the United States specifically. So primarily, everyone would have two 23 kg bags and then a hand luggage. I think that's 7 kg, I'll confirm, and a personal item. So the two 23 kg bags would be checked in. That means they would go into the belly of the plane and you would have only your hand luggage and your personal item that you would carry on into the plane and then store in the overhead bin. Let's begin with the personal item and hand luggage. The most important thing that you would need to have on you at all times during your trip would be your documents. Every document that you have acquired over your lifetime should be in your hands and not in your checked bags because there's a chance that they could go missing or stuff could get stolen from it and you don't want your documents to be among stuff that you probably would have to go through a lot of trouble to replace. So it's always better to have them on you. So that would be from your passport to your I-20 if you're a student to your letter of admission to every document. Just ensure it's on you. So travel plus non-travel slash life documents should be in your hand luggage or your personal item. So the second most important thing to note is that you should not have liquids more than 100 milliliters in your personal item or hand luggage. I'm going to insert a picture of what I use to travel. That's from your body lotion to your hair creams, even your toothpaste and perfume. You always want to ensure that the really big bottles of those or jars are in your checked bag while you get miniature sizes. And if you cannot get miniature sizes of them, just get empty containers. You can go on Jumia to find them. You could also find ones of old containers, old lotions that you've used at home, and just put them temporarily in there. So why you do that is it's usually a long flight and you'd want to freshen up on the plane. Also, there's a chance that your luggage may not arrive the country with you immediately. So you want to have access to those things for like a day or two while they send your luggage to you. It could happen. Anything that is over 100 ml will get thrown away. Don't go and spend your money buying all of your cosmetics and then you get to TSA and you're like, oh no, it's gone. So yeah, don't do that. Third thing is, if possible, get a digital luggage scale. It will save you the stress of getting to the airport and then weighing your luggage and finding out that it's overweight. Just get one. I got mine from Jumia when I was about to travel, and I don't even think I spent up to 10,000 naira on it. So you should do that. You weigh your luggage from home, and when you get to the airport, it's a smooth check-in. You don't have to start unpacking and being weird at the airport. I was feeling like, I was on top of my game when I checked my bags in. Even though for my food bag, it was actually overweight, but it was just a matter of removing one thing from it rather than having to scatter everything on the floor. And you're like, where do I even start from? So yeah, get a luggage scale. You would think you know what 23 kg feels like until you overpack and then you weigh it and you're like, this is 50 something. So yeah, get a luggage scale. Other things that should be in your hand luggage or your personal item would be all devices. So if you have multiple phones, hold them with you. Your laptop, same thing. If you have cameras, power banks, everything electrical or electronics should be with you. Also, you should get a travel adapter. I would attach a video. So the US, I don't have an example right now, but I'm gonna. So the US socket is very different from the Nigerian one. So you do want to get a travel adapter, especially if you're coming from outside here. If you bought your phone outside here, the very big chance that it will have the three-pronged thingy would be there. So you'd want to get a travel adapter. So when you arrive here, it's easy to still power your devices without freaking out over getting new chargers initially. Also, snacks. You don't have to go overboard because I thought I was going to eat a lot when I was flying, but I flew through Ethiopian Airlines and they took really good care of us. I think we ate like 3 times. So yeah, you want to pack gum. Gum is very important for airplane ears. Whenever the plane is taking off and landing, pressure changes in the cabin, and some people complain about airplane ears. I never have them the way other people say, oh, 3 days later, they still feel pain. Mine just feels like my ear is blocked. So even if you forget to pack gum, whenever the plane is taking off and landing, just try to swallow, and that kind of helps to pop your ears so you don't have anything wrong after. So you want gum, you want candy if you care about that. You may take some cookies, not important. Then socks. They give socks on the plane, but they are never as thick as you would want them to be. So you could get socks as well, then a cardigan. They gave a blanket on the plane. I used it and it was pretty okay. It wasn't too cold up there, so but you'd want to get a cardigan, especially if you're traveling when it's fairly cold. I came here in August and that was end of summer, beginning of fall. Everybody was saying it was hot, but it was cold for me. Not excessively cold like winter, but it was different and I didn't like it. So yeah, you want to come with a cardigan so that when you land, you can put it on. Doesn't have to be too thick. It's not extra cold. Basically, anything that is of value should always be on you when you're traveling. So never leave anything that is irreplaceable or will take a lot of effort to replace in your checked bags. Now on to the 223 kg bags. Personally, I had one for food and I had one for clothes, books, and other stuff that I didn't want to pack with food. Now, this one's going to go against the advice that you generally see online about moving abroad and clothes. But I would say bring clothes. You don't have to bring everything, but bring the really good quality ones that you wore in Nigeria. They would be very useful to you here over the summer, especially. At the same time, you don't want to overdo it because there's a chance that you'd add weight when you get here. So if you have baggy clothes or clothes that were bigger than you, which I kind of had a lot of, so that made it easier for me to say, oh, this is bigger than me now, even though I still wear it, but I know that in a year's time, it's still going to like the ROI is still there. Do you get? So you could do that for your baggy clothes, you could do that for your stretchy clothes, you could do that for the ones that just have really, really good quality. T-shirts, bodysuits, leggings, stuff like that. Bring them. Bring your shoes. Definitely bring heels if you like heels. And if you know you'd come here and you'd be going to church or parties or gatherings like that, you can bring your heels, but just don't overdo it. Bring sneakers, trainers if you have those, because those would be your everyday shoes here. So bring those. You can just bring one slide and one bathroom slippers, but you get bathroom slippers here, not the kinds we have in Nigeria, but you definitely have something similar. Now to food, which is my favorite part. So definitely hold on. In your clothes bag, clothes won't be the only thing there, obviously. For me, I had books, I had stuff that my friends gave me that I wanted to travel with for memory's sake. What else did I have? I had my lotions and all the big ones that couldn't go in my hand luggage. They were in my checked bag and just other random stuff. So yeah, definitely that would take up the 23 kg ASAP. Bring Gary, bring poundo, bring semo, all of those starchy foods. At least starchy food. Bring swallow basically what will last you for like a month or two. You cannot bring what will last you the entire time you're here. It's not possible. So just bring what would be enough for the first couple of months so that you're not spending too much money when you're still trying to settle down buying African food. Ground egusi, then ogbono to the same thing, ground ogbono. Then you could bring dried leaves, although there's kale here, there's spinach, but if you want the African feel for food, definitely bring dried leaves. You can bring beans, but be sure that there are no weevils in them at all. Then dried fish as well. That's stockfish, banla, and co. They should be dried, no weevils, no worms, no nothing. Then crayfish blended as well. You could bring some spices. You don't have to bring a lot. There's spices here, but just for the first couple of weeks or months, so they are not again wasting unnecessary money. then pepper, then you could bring seasoning cubes. So I heard, and it's true, you can't actually bring them in. Trick behind it is to blend them and then put them in a Ziploc bag. So all of these things should actually be in Ziploc bags, clear Ziploc bags. And so yeah, crayfish, pepper, iru, ogiri, all of that. Beef and chicken aren't allowed even if they are dry. I heard pomo is also not allowed, and I did not pack pomo. But guess what? I landed in Atlanta and nobody checked my bag. And I walked out of the airport and I was just like, wait, nobody checked me. I should have brought. So yeah, it just depends. There's no harm in trying. If you want to try, just bring a little, and if they take it, fine. Bring bed sheets and pillowcase. Those things are very expensive. Yeah, maybe not very expensive, but when you're new in the country, you're like, why is this thing 20 something dollars? Just so yeah, do that. Um, bring braiding hair, bring your wigs, bring locks. When I landed, I came in with something similar to this, and I still have it. So yeah, bring locks, bring braiding hair, bring your wigs, because making hair here is very expensive. It would be a culture shock, especially if you still convert money to naira. You'd be like, am I spending almost 400K to make my hair? It makes no sense. So yeah, do that. Also for your documents, I didn't have to do any COVID-19 certificate or vaccination, whatever. But if your airline wants you to do that, ensure that that document is also on you at all times. Don't bring pots, don't bring kitchen utensils, don't waste your luggage space. All of that is here. But for kitchen utensils, you may bring this turning stick. Is it turning stick or turning spoon? Morogon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That stick for turning swallow. Yeah, you can bring it. They are here, I think, but I don't know, just bring that. So yeah, if there was anything that I left behind or that I forgot to add, I'll add it on the screen. But for now, I think that's all, and those are like the most important things to keep in mind when traveling. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.